going on, guys? Anthropix here. So today I have a new election video for you, and this one's going to be President Trump versus Bernie Sanders based off polling data. So this is going to be the electoral map with President Trump versus Bernie Sanders just based off polls without any input or opinion. It's just the cold, hard numbers. And yeah, before we get into it though, first remember to like and subscribe. Please help out the channel by subscribing. I really appreciate it so we can keep making election videos for you. Also, please remember to tap the bell icon so you always get notified whenever I post a new video. And also, please remember to comment below what you think of the video and any future video ideas, because I always love hearing you guys comment. I always read the comments. I always see what you guys have to say. And most of the time, I do end up making the election videos for you. So remember, please like, please comment, and please subscribe. So with that said, let's get into the video. Bernie Sanders, he wins the West Coast by all safe margins. The state of Alaska is safe. The state of Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana is safe. The two Dakotas are safe. All of Nebraska except Nebraska's 2nd District are safe. That we'll be coming back to. Kansas and Oklahoma are safe. The deep south states of Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, or Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina, Tennessee, Missouri, Kentucky, Indiana, West Virginia, they are all safe. The state of Illinois is safe. Now, up along the East Coast, all these states are all safe as well. And the state of Maine's 1st Congressional District, is safe. And the state of New Hampshire is safe. And that's it for all the safe states right now. President Trump has 125 electoral votes. Bernie Sanders has 183. Now, out west, the states of Colorado and New Mexico for Bernie Sanders both are considered safe by polling data. The 2nd Congressional District in Nebraska is considered a tilt margin for President Trump. And while we're doing that, the one in Maine is also considered a lean for President Trump. Now, out of the state of Nevada, based off polling data, Bernie Sanders leads in a lean margin by about 2.3%, which is technically a lean margin. The state of Arizona for President Trump is actually in the likely column by a little over 5 points, which is barely in it, but it is, barely over 6, which is barely in the likely column, but it is a likely state nonetheless. The state of Texas is a lean state column by about 2 to 3 points for President Trump over Bernie Sanders. The state of Georgia, interestingly, is a tilt for President Trump, which is really actually very encouraging if you're Bernie Sanders. If these polls are true and are reliable, this is very good for him. This is good news for him in his campaign, if Georgia is that close. The state of North Carolina, North Carolina is a tilt Bernie Sanders margin. By about 1%, it goes in the Bernie Sanders column. The state of Virginia is a lean margin, which is actually pretty good news for President Trump if he's within striking distance in the state of Virginia. And the state of Minnesota is a likely margin for Bernie Sanders. And let's see, which one do I want to do next? The state of New Mexico, surprisingly, is actually a lean state. You would think Bernie Sanders might be performing better there, given he's from Vermont and performs very well in the primaries, but interestingly enough, actually, Bernie Sanders is only up by a lean margin in New Hampshire. The state of Maine is a likely margin for Bernie Sanders, however. And now we go on to the state of Iowa. Iowa is a likely state for President Trump. And we're on to the Rust Belt now. The state of Michigan is a likely state for Bernie Sanders. The state of Ohio is a lean state for Bernie Sanders. The state of Pennsylvania is also a lean for Bernie Sanders. And the state of Wisconsin, you guessed it, is a lean state for Bernie Sanders. Now, the most interesting one is Florida, not making this up, is an exact tie right now. It's an exact tie in polling data. So we can't assign Florida to President Trump or to Bernie Sanders at this time because Bernie Sanders and Trump are both tied there. So technically, based off this map, Bernie Sanders would have 311 electoral votes to President Trump's 198. This would make Bernie Sanders the next president of the United States if it was based off of polling data alone. And for the sake of this video, I'll just put Florida on both columns so you can see. So if Trump wins Florida, he'll have 227. Bernie will have 311. And then if Bernie Sanders wins Florida, he'll have 340. President Trump will have 198. So yeah, so whichever side you're on, whether you like Trump or like Bernie, that way you can see Florida in either one of the columns. But yeah, that's the election video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Tap the bell icon to always get notified of new videos. Remember to leave a comment below, and I will see you in the next one.